What's up, everyone? This is Review It. I'm James, your Review It champion. Yes, it sounds so incredible. I'm not going to say it again because I know how good it sounds. You all know how good it sounds. So let's just get to talking about SmackDown. Now, for those of you who saw my Raw recap / review / whatever it was, you'll kind of know how this is going to work. I'm going to talk about the major points. I'm going to talk about the decent points, not going in depth about how the matches work, just kind of going through it, talk about the good things, the bad things, the confusing things, the what? Why is that happening? Just all that kind of stuff. Now, as I said in the Raw review, WWE is really kicking off with this new era thing. SmackDown, completely different logo, completely different song, everything is different. And for the most part, this episode does actually kind of kick things off. It actually does have quite a few high points. Definitely not as many as Raw, but seeing as how Raw set that bar so impossibly high, SmackDown did really the best it could with that 2-hour time limit. So in a similar fashion to Raw, Shane McMahon, the commissioner, Daniel Bryan, the general manager, they come out, they talk about how great SmackDown's going to be, how it's going to be all about the superstars. And what do? They bring out the entire roster just like Raw did. It's like they're doing similar things. So when the entire roster's out there, Shane then reveals SmackDown is going to have its own exclusive pay-per-views, which will be happening every month, I think, starting with Backlash, which, you know, way to reuse an old pay-per-view name. Shane then says that while Backlash is going to be important, we still got to book SummerSlam. So how are we going to do that? We're going to have a 6-pack battle match thing. And the winner of that will go against Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam for that WWE title. He then announces 5 people: John Cena, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Bray Wyatt, and Dolph Ziggler. Now notice there's not a 6th person. Shane then says, we're going to have a battle royale, and whoever wins that will be the 6th man. And we're going to do it right now! Because for some reason, right now is like the best time to do certain things. So, I mean, alright, cool. Let's go. Let's go. So the battle royale happens and Apollo Crews wins. I don't remember everyone who was in that match because it's... who cares about any of them? The next thing we had was Natalya versus Becky Lynch, which was kind of okay, but kind of weird because Becky won over Natalya, which is a good thing, but it's kind of odd because it's really meant to just balance out their win-loss thing against each other because Natalya actually beat Becky at Battleground. I don't know why that happened because why is Natalya ever even possibly in the realm of getting a push? Like, no, Natalya, no, you're done. Becky is the future, push her, and this definitely doesn't seem like that's happening. Becky feels like she's kind of lost out in the middle of nowhere, and WWE just doesn't know how to push her. Of course, Becky's win is short-lived because Alexa Bliss decides to come out and talk about how she's the greatest thing on SmackDown, only to then be interrupted by Naomi, who's going to decide that she is the best thing on SmackDown, only for her to be interrupted by Carmella, for her to talk about why she's the best thing on SmackDown, only for her to then be interrupted by Eva Marie. Because that's what we all wanted, right? Right? I don't understand this. This makes no sense! We then had a little bit of a promo time where Miz came out, talked about how great he is, because that seems to be a running theme tonight, is that everyone's talking about how great they are. Miz TV is then interrupted by Randy Orton, who decides to come out and do another promo, almost exactly like the one he did with Chris Jericho at Battleground. Randy Orton talks about how he's excited to come back and how he wants to beat up somebody, and of course it turns into a match between him and The Miz, only for Randy to then beat The Miz, of course, because Randy is not going to lose his comeback match. Now I have to say, there was a bit of interesting news coming out during SmackDown, and that is that American Alpha, which is this incredible tag team from NXT, for those of you who watch, you will understand why they're awesome and why they need to be in the top spotlight of this company. They're fantastic. They will finally be debuting on SmackDown next week. But then we also hear that Shelton Benjamin is debuting soon. Probably next week with American Alpha because they don't want to give that away. Shelton Benjamin will be debuting on SmackDown. This is a return. This is something that a lot of people are really excited about, me included. I like Shelton Benjamin. I'm excited to see him come back. Now, for those of you who know a little bit about your WWE history, you'll know that Shelton Benjamin actually teamed up with Kurt Angle way back in the day to have this kind of Olympian wrestler, like the next big thing type of group, right? So theoretically, you could take that, and you could... Now on to the main event, the six-man battle pack, whatever they wanted to call it. John Cena, Bray Wyatt, AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Apollo Crews. Winner will go on to face Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam for the WWE title. Good match. A lot of pretty cool spots. Great talent involved in the match. It was great to see all of this. It was great to see these guys go at it. But what was with the finish here? Dolph? Dolph won? And not just that, he pinned AJ Styles. Huh? Really? Like, is this what Shane meant by the younger guys, the mid-carders, they're the ones who are going to be in the spotlight now? Dolph? Of all people, Dolph? Why? I mean, why? The show ends with Dean Ambrose coming out to give Dolph, a serious face, and they're like, yeah, we gonna fight right now. And then Shane's like, no, that's not right now. It's at SummerSlam. So all in all, I have to say the SmackDown was good, not as good as Raw, but that could be completely different next week. We're gonna see the highs and lows of each of these shows from here on out. These shows are gonna try to outdo each other, hopefully. And maybe next week it'll be a completely different story. Only time will tell. I'm excited for both of these shows. I'm excited to watch them every Monday and Tuesday. So, here's to hoping next week is a little bit better. Not to say this week was bad. It just was nowhere near as good as Raw. But we'll see. So that's it for me today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to go check out that Raw recap if you haven't. It was a lot of fun to film it. It was a lot of fun to even edit it, as was this one. As always, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to tell us what you thought about SmackDown if you saw it. You can just go type it down in the comments below. We'll talk to you. We'll have a conversation about SmackDown right down there. So go ahead. I am James, your Review It champion, and I'm out. See ya!